Happy Friday. Is everybody doing? Make sure that you lead with your heart because, with love, everything can be solved. If you want them to get things done, they definitely will get it done. That even if we close our eyes, we can still see your brightness. That is how amazing the VAs in our community is. My name is Phyllis. Welcome to the Every Friday live. Phyllis, happy Friday. I'm really excited to be with you because again, it's Friday again, and I know Super Bowl is coming. My son is coming in, so I'm really excited. However, I still remember I need to serve you, right? So, what are we going to talk about today, right? Last week, it's amazing. You meet with some of the virtual assistant. You can hear the English is really good. They are very good at communicating, right? And this week, this morning, I actually just have a coaching call with all my clients. And what we actually talk about is how can your virtual assistant service your client in a higher level? Okay, how can your virtual assistant service your clients in a higher level? This is actually one of the most commonly discussed topic, to be honest with you, because most of the time, people will always say, my VA doesn't know what I want. All the posts that they do, we're not really getting the good outcome, right? They keep posting, but I'm not getting any more sales, right? And then I realized, I know what I need to do for this. Because again, I have been learning in this online business world for about 3 years, cost me about maybe 100 grand, I do like to pay to learn a lot of knowledge. And one thing that I realized everybody's talking about is ideal client, okay? Who is your ideal client? A lot of time, as a business owner, when we first started, we just want to hire anybody. We just want anyone who want to buy our service to be our clients. However, one thing that we learn about it nowadays is that it's not going to work out because right now, social media, Facebook, Instagram, everything is so noisy. You see so many ads every single day to a point where the truth is you already muted yourself from seeing all those ads, right? So what would happen? Well, what we need to do now is that you need to tell your VA, who are the ideal client that you have. Ultimately, the 20% of the client is going to do 80. It's going to become the 80% of your business. Okay, the 80-20 rule. But in this way, I'm talking about the 20% of the clients. The 20% of the population is going to do the most, the 80% of the business with you. So for example, like me, most of my clients are Tony Robbins people because obviously I'm a big fan of Tony Robbins, right? My husband is a Tony Robbins plat. I crew with Tony Robbins a lot, right? And I fall in love with Russell Brunson, Dean Graziosi, right? Pedro, John Maxwell, Stephen Covey, right? So these are the people that I really enjoy and really like. So, but where I start is, hey, all my clients are Tony Robbins people. Because the truth is, my program actually start with Tony Robbins on one of the business mastery. Keith Ferrazzi was saying that you need to use virtual assistant, and then I started, and then I created a mastermind about how to use virtual assistant because I've used that for 10 years of my life, create a lot of money, time, and freedom for myself. Right? I mean, at the end, I technically spend about 3 to 4 months traveling, enjoying my life, and then for the rest of the time, I do work. Right? And because how is that possible? Because of virtual assistant, how I highly leverage myself. So whenever I ask my virtual assistant to do things, I say, go check out Tony Robbins, right? Russell Brunson, Dean Graziosi. What are they doing? What are they using? If they are doing this kind of post, you should do this kind of post. If they're using this kind of languaging, you should be doing this kind of languaging. Because my ideal client is going to be drawn to Tony, right? And I ultimately want to do work with people who love Tony Robbins. Does it kind of make sense? So it makes things very, very easy and simple for my virtual assistant. Sometimes they will say, well, boss, should I use cursive? I ask, does Tony use cursive? No, Tony doesn't use cursive. Well, then we should be using cursive. So it makes things a lot easier. And again, Tony Robbins always talk about model after success, right? So, again, just what I always tell them, see what other people do successfully, learn from them, and then do it for us too. So that way, keep it so simple. Again, if you're a virtual assistant or if you're a business owner, right? Virtual assistant, if your client does not really tell you who they are trying to target market to, you should show them this video, right? And tell them that, hey, boss, I think you need to study this because I need to really know who's your ideal client. What's going to make them ticks, right? Why would they pause and look at this video right now, right? And as a business owner, I think now is a good time for you to take it out some notes. Okay, what are the questions that we have, right? And how can we do that, right? And I also know that we have a co-host today, Jonaline. Jonaline, are you here? If you're here, feel free
I
to say
am. Hello, everyone. Good morning. It's so nice to be here again with you, boss.
absolutely. And again, Jonaline is at her new home, right? That's why you see the new background. Yay! Very exciting. And Jonathan, I would love you to, obviously, open up the workbook that we have, and then maybe brought up a couple of those questions. If I'm missing some of them, right? Because ultimately, I do have some technical difficulties today, so I'm using my cell phone to do this stream. And amazing that it works. Oh my goodness, right? So again, I am one of Russell Brunson's 2CCX student. One of the big thing again, that they keep telling us, drilling it down is you need to find your niche, right? Who's your niche? Who is your? And then now even more, they said no longer even is the niche, it's the micro niche. Who are the people that you really like and enjoy, right? So some of the questions, either myself or Jonathan is going to tell you. So feel free to write it down, right, or type it onto the comments so that way everybody can see it. Okay. So, the first question is ultimately, who is your who, right? So who is your target audience, your ideal client? Who is your who, right? Are they look like you? Are they sound like you? Do they have a similar problem as you? Are they just random people, right? What makes you really enjoy them, right? And again, you're like, I don't know, Phyllis, I don't know who's my who. I just want whoever that want to buy and want to pay, do it, right? And well, then you can maybe ask, who could be your who? Wow, for me, it's like, okay, maybe stay home mom because I'm like a mom, maybe it's a business owner, maybe because it's Tony Robbins people, maybe is, people who likes to pay for coaching, right? Who is your who, right? Who should be your who, right? Who is the one that, this is one question I always ask my students too, if money is not an issue, right? Money is not an issue, right? You don't have to pay, you are just doing this for fun. Okay, you're just doing this for fun. Who will be the people that you will talk to, in a hotel lobby till midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and you still have unlimited conversation with each other? Those will be your who. And most likely, hint, hint, the who is usually people that it's exactly like you. People that is just like you, that will spark joy and will be exactly like you. So for me, I like people who love to work hard, however, are getting smarter. So they are looking to how to work smart, right? I told a lot of my clients just this morning that, in 15 years of my entrepreneur career, on the first 10 years, I only look for things that is free. If it is free, if it's on YouTube, I am going to study them. If I have to pay, I'm not the paying kind of people because I can get it for free. Right. And in the last 5 years, I actually do everything using pay. So I pay quite a bit of money for education nowadays. However, I noticed that my 5 years of learning have equated to at least 20 years of my learning because I pay for speed nowadays. I pay for speed. I pay for coaching. Every time I get stuck, I talk to my coach. Now I understand because I see another perspective of it. Right. So my ideal client is people exactly like me who love to work hard, right? Love to impact people, love to change the world into a better place. Kind of like Tony Robbins said, the world is suffering, people is suffering right now. How can we end suffering? Right. And ultimately, that is the reason why I created this business, because I also believe that a lot of people are suffering right now. A lot of people are starting their new business, and 95% of new business owners fail on the first year. Okay, they open up the business and they shut it off within the first year because they don't have the system structure or the people or the budget to make it bigger. So, my who is I'm willing to help you if you're open-minded, you love coaching, you like to pay for speed, right? And you're most likely a Tony Robbins student because then we can speak the same language, right? So that is my who. So who is your who? Who could be your who, right? Every time I meet with Tony Robbins people, I immediately can spark uh, in that instinct conversation. And I will always actually make fun of it. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like we are the crazy bunch because recently I'm doing a lot of a spiritual journey. I was doing a lot of plant medicine, and I was doing an energetic, right, like Donnie Abston. It was really really fun. But the key is not everybody can relate to me. However, every time I get into the Tony Robbins environment, right, people understand and know what I was talking about. So we generate a lot of amazing conversations. So now business is no longer business because every client is my friend. Does it kind of make sense? So again, who is your who? Who could be your who, right? And then, what do they like? Where do they spend their money? Where do they hang out at? Right? The one that where are they hanging out at is very, very important. Why? Because a lot of business owner, the myth is, man, put me everywhere. Put me everywhere. YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok, Clubhouse, everything. But the question is your ideal client hanging out in there? Is your ideal client hang out in there? Because you could be mad at your VA and say, man, how come we didn't get any sales coming from Instagram? Let's say, well, because boss, we are focusing on senior citizen. So most senior nowadays are still at Facebook and not Instagram yet. You know what I'm saying? Or you can say, man, we've been spending so much time and money in TikTok. How come we're not bringing the people? Because boss, most people that we like, that is our clients, are still on YouTube and not TikTok yet. You know what I'm saying? So you need to really figure out who are they hanging out at, and where are those conversations. One thing that Dean Graziosi said the best is, you don't want to create the conversation. You want to just hang out at the conversation where it's already happening. So what does that mean? Well, instead of me going into like a salon group and say, who is looking for, have you guys thought about virtual assistant? And everybody's like, what is virtual assistant? I'm just talking about extension, makeup and hair. I don't know what are virtual assistant, right? So then you have to explain to them, educate them before they will become your client. However, again, if I go into a Tony Robbins groups, right, especially like business mastery, right after business mastery, and I say, anybody is interested in hiring a virtual assistant, everybody's like, oh, yes, I'm interested, because they're looking into lowering their costs, right, increase their productivity, and they love working with those people, right? The virtual assistant, because then, everybody's effective, everybody's working from home, right? So again, you wanted to create those conversations where it is already at, not, not the other way around. Does it kind of make sense? I was like, ooh, what is that? That's kind of cool. Jonathan, what other questions that do we have on the sheet that you can bring up?
Hold on, boss. What are their problems? What are their concerns? What do they want? What do they want to avoid at all costs? Is that the one,
Yes.
boss?
Yes,
Lapita ka.
exactly. Right. Again, those are much more in-depth question, right? For me, my ideal client is, they always have a massive to-do list. And then every time they finish the to-do list, right, they're going to have even more things to do. Oh, I like that. Wow, you guys are sharing the notes. That's amazing. Right. So, what are they stressed about, right? I couldn't really see it, but what is the problem? Their problem is they can never get their things done, right? They just have so much to do. Like for me, every time I achieve something, I want to achieve more. So it's never ending for me, right? And then, what is their concern? For me, their concern is they don't have enough time to do everything that they want to do because they're going so fast. It's all about the speed, right? And what do they want? They want to impact the world. They wanted to donate. They wanted to, create free water to, to the homeless shelter, right? They wanted to give, help people from, Africa, to get, a better education, better life, better living, right? But ultimately, the business is the vehicle to get to that point, right? And ultimately, like for me, I want I want freedom. I want to hang out with my family. I want to have amazing, life. And the truth is, I want it all. I want client who wants it all. What does that mean? Well, they want to have a huge impact. They want to do everything they possibly could, right? But they still have time to go travel. They still have time to go, learn education, right? They still have time for everything that they want to do. Because the truth is, why do we have to choose? Why do you have to choose business or family? Why do you have to choose to do something and not everything? Am I right? And also, what do they want to avoid at all costs? What do they want to avoid at all costs? For me, what I want to avoid at all costs is I don't want to be a loser. I don't want to be a failure. I don't want to regret one day that, man, I could have, would have, should have done all that and I did. You know, I want to avoid at all costs that when my client look at me and they feel disappointed in me. However, I only have one me, right? So how can I do this? Hire virtual assistants so that they can help me touch my client so that my client feel very important. Does it kind of make sense? Right? So has this been helpful? I believe that it's been really helpful. And then next, and thank you, Romel. You are very smart on putting this together. Yes, and thank you for letting me know about that. Exactly, Henny, right? Because sometimes you're like, boss, what do you want me to do? I don't know, just do something, right? Boss, how do you want me to post? I don't know, just post something, right? And then after you post it, your boss is like, why do you do that? I mean, I don't get any likes. I don't get any, thing, right? You're like, oh man, boss, but you could tell me more, right? But as a business owner, we are an artist. We know what we want, but at the same time, sometimes we actually don't know what we want, right? So again, this is some of the good references for you so that way you know, right? What is that present desire, hope, dream, fear, right? What do they love? What do they hate? What do they despise? For me, right, I love to scale my business. I love challenges, right? What do I hate? I hate doing things in the wrong way. Like I love GPS. I hate when people are telling me that, hey, I'm just going to use my memory and figure out where I'm going to go and finally get there, because you're going to spend any extra 5, 10, 15 minutes of your time. And those are the time that you can never get back, right? Those are good time that you can spend for your family, hang out, go to a spa, whatever that would be, right? So I hate inefficiency, right? I despise efficiency, right? Where are they spending that money? What are they spending on? For me, I spend on education courses and traveling, right? So figure that out, right? What do they really like, right? Maybe, what do they do for fun, right? Where do they like to hang out in real life, right? I know that, in real estate agent, one of the things that they usually do is they will sign up for like networking, and then they will go hang out at where, all the business owners is networking at. If the people that their ideal client is business owners, right, then they will go there and hang out, get the name, and eventually when they want to buy a house, that is where they were going to talk to, right? What are the books that they write, they are reading or have they read? I love this one. One of my coaches telling me, when you are a no-name person, you wanted to use celebrity or people that you really like and enjoy or trust to put that and post it on social media. Because when people are let's say, like I tell you, I like Tony Robbins, right? Tony Robbins, have a book called Money Master the Game, right? So what you do is I can post an ad, post something and say, this is what I've learned from Tony Robbins. So when people are searching for Tony Robbins, they're going to find my post, right? Then they're going to know about what I am learning through Tony Robbins, right? Sometimes I let John Maxwell bring yourself to your strength zone, right? So then people were like looking for John Maxwell, bring yourself to your strength zone. Oh, what is this piece of article is about? Then they're going to look into it and they'll realize that, oh, yeah, you're right, So then you can introduce to them based on the book that they write, the book that they read, or the leaders that they really enjoy working with. Okay. And what are some of the core beliefs that they have? For me, my core belief is, I need to highly leverage. I cannot do anything myself. I need a team. And again, together, teamwork make the dream works. And literally, my business on my first year, teamwork make the dream works. I have grown so much within 1 year, from nothing, no system, no processes, till now. We have served more than 200 clients and more than 600 virtual assistants, to ensure that, everything's done. Again, can I do it all by myself? No. Right? Even Journaling, what does Journaling do? Journaling help me with following my clients, right? And Journaling is helping me with answering all my emails. We have Jojo. Jojo is helping me with, being a receptionist on my virtual Zoom room. right? Romel's helping me on the back end, making sure that she can share the file and make sure everything is correct, right? Teamwork make the dream work, because if I'm gonna do everything myself, 200 clients, that is gonna take me at least 3 years to do it all by myself, because I gotta censor the email, doing this, doing that, sending, it's not possible. Okay. What is next? So again, there is more and more, right? I just want to show you some of the stuff, right? Is your, again, is your ideal client, aware of their problems, right? Is your ideal client, your who, right, is looking for the solution, right? Or what else have they tried? What else have they failed, right? Because you can find those people at where the problem is or the solution is, or what they have tried, to bring them into your group, right? So my ideal client, what have they tried? They have tried to hire local employees, right? They have tried to do everything themselves. And again, it does not work. It does not work, because if you are a people person, most likely you do not like technology. So what you do, hire a virtual assistant who loves technology to help you with that. Am I right? And again, if you are a technology person and you love technology, you don't like to talk, well, you will have to hire a person who can do customer service or sales, who love to talk, as a virtual assistant, to call and follow up with your leads, right? Thank you, Henny. Yes, teamwork make the dream work. Love that, coach. Thank you so much. It is true, because the truth is, I'm kind of like an introvert, even though I might not look like that, right? So I have Monique and I have Valerie, who actually right now help me with clients call, right? Because they love talking to people every day. Valerie's like, give me 50 calls. I love talking to people. You know what I'm saying? So again, what do you really like to do? What do you not like to do? And then you can hire people to close the gap for you, right? What else? Is there anything else? I know there's a lot of questions that you can ask, and ultimately, the truth is, you can just Google online, how to figure out your ideal client, right, and figure that out, right? Again, for here, right, what is the what do I have in common with them, right? For me, what I have in common is I'm a family woman. I really would like to honor my kids' time. I love to go travel, and I love to learn. If you're in a Tony Robbins environment, almost every month you have about 5 to 7 days of an event that you're attending, and it is a 50 to 60 hours long event, so you don't really have time for anything. The truth is, right? But I love it, right? So the people that like that, we are in common, we have all these in common, and that's most likely they're going to buy from me in a higher rate. The truth is, if I know that this person is in Tony Robbins environment, right, and most likely if they are a platinum partner, when they come in to have a chat with me, I know that my closing ratio is anywhere from 80 to 90%, because they already know it. They want they want the VA. They love to pay for the price. They don't have the time, but they wanted to execute it at such a higher level, and they will love the virtual assistant because they're just so amazing people, and by them hiring them, they're helping them for their family. So it's a win, multiple wins. So again, that is what I have in common with my VAs, because ultimately the reason why I love hiring my virtual assistant too is because I know that I'm changing their life, and they're very honored and they're very grateful every single day. Right? Again, and then I can go on and on with all those questions, but again, what are the personal victories, do I have with my who's? During this, I only have one refund so far that literally do not like our service. Everybody else enjoying our service, and we have a lot of referrals. Every time there's an event, we have at least 50 referrals coming into our hours and more, right? Because my personal victory is my clients really love the virtual assistant, and thus they're referring them to me, and ultimately I feel so good, because to me, it's like I'm reliving my dream over and over again. I'm helping a lot of clients out to be able to travel more, less stress, and still do more for the work. All right, Jonalie, is there anything you wanted to add?
No, boss, I think that's all. And I love this, boss, because I've learned that you cannot serve everyone else. So it is really important to know who is your who, and from that you know how to serve them. That's
Yes,
it.
and also, Jonalie, did you notice? I bet you know, but I just want to hear from you, right? Did you notice that whenever they are not our ideal client, it's taking longer for them to sign up, and it's taking longer for them to figure things out?
Yes, boss. Yes, boss. I agree with that. The idea, like the Tony Robbins the clients who are from the referrals. They usually don't, ask a lot of questions. Like, if you after the sales call or the coaching call, like immediately when you give the emails to them, all the steps, they will immediately reply, okay, I have done all these steps. If they have questions, it's like just to confirm. But if they are not our ideal clients, it takes time. Like, we still have to do a follow-up call, explain to them everything little by little, and then assure them from time to time. And sometimes even after that, they still have questions. So yeah.
Absolutely. So again, for everybody that's hearing here, right? Ideal client is very, very important. You really need to know who's your ideal client, not just for your virtual assistant, it's also for you. Because I know if it's a Tony Robbins, business owners, most likely we're going to speak the same language and most likely we'll be able to close them because we want the same thing, right? But most of the time, if it's a brand new business owners, right, and they have not really go to coaching, they don't know the value of the coaching, right? They usually will have a lot more question and they will be more fearful to take this new route because it is new. They have not exposed to virtual assistant yet. Nobody in their environment is using virtual assistant. So again, I would love you to, I would love to inspire you to do your homework. Who is your ideal client? And how can you convey that to your virtual assistant so now your virtual assistant will be able to deliver in such a higher level because they know exactly who you're looking for, what kind of conversation they should have, and what kind of pattern and habit do they have. Does it make sense? I know it makes sense. And again, I know it's about 30 minutes. I wanted to honor the time, right? I love you all very, very much. I hope this is not that I hope, I know this is going to be jaw dropping for you because I just did that with my clients and they're like, ooh, this is really good. I actually never thought about that. Yes, I know. If you want to have minimal budget on advertising and you want to have maximum outcome, drill into your ideal client. Okay, drill into your ideal client. And again, you could have 2 different type of ideal client, 3 different type of ideal client. However, you wanted to craft them out so that you know how they are, how they work and everything. Then success is only an inch away or a couple feet away. I don't know. Okay, but anyway, happy Friday. Jonaline, thank you so much for coming here. Romel, thank you so much for doing it. Oh, and happy birthday, Jonaline. Is it birthday? Did I not know that?
In a little bit, boss. It's gonna be 12 midnight here, so it's my birthday.
Oh, amazing. Well, everybody, let's sing happy birthday song for Jonaline, right? So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jonaline. Thank you for working, even if you are at work. And ultimately, in my company, if it's your birthday, you can take the day off. Just FYI. Anyway, everybody, happy Friday. I know this call is going to be very useful for you. If you want to know more, feel free to email us and let us know that you need more content for it. If you need to know more about virtual assistant, we're about to run a 5 days virtual assistant free the business owner challenge. Okay, free the business owner challenge. It's going to start on the 21st. We'll be putting up the link on our Facebook page pretty soon here. Well, we're finishing up the final touch. So again, if you want to know how to hire virtual assistant, please feel free, to join the challenge. It should be out by Monday. And then life will never be the same because again, teamwork make the dream work. You cannot do everything yourself. And, I know you're Wonder Man and Wonder Woman, right? Superman and Wonder Woman. But trust me, when you have virtual assistant to help you, your life is going to be so much more better. You have so much more freedom. You're going to have so much more abundance and you're going to be able to smile more, talk about things that is fun, right? And anyway, have a wonderful weekend and happy birthday, Jonaline, and happy weekend for all of you guys. I will see you guys next Friday.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I want to share with you that I really think Phyllis's service is really going to help you. Hi everybody, this is Olivia Gong. I am the founder of OLIT Coaching. I also would like to share with you my experience working with Phyllis and her team. It has been amazing. It started a few months back. It helped me hire this marketing person. Her name is Kate. Kate has been really amazing. Kate has been very creative, very responsive. I want to share with you that I really think Phyllis's service is really going to help you. Anything that you want to leverage out, let somebody else take the time assuming task away from you so you can focus on your core mission, whatever that's irreplaceable, focus on that. It's so worth it. That is what the most value there is. And also, I want to share with you that they have amazing training session. I really believe that Phyllis is really undercharging right now for the amazing services that they're providing. I have been having daily calls with Kate to talk about what was talked about during the training. And I also watched some training recordings that they did, and they were really amazing. I sincerely believe just for the training itself, it's already worth the whole package. Not mention that they're gonna help you hire a VA that is gonna be amazing. I believe if you choose to hire a VA, that's gonna transform your business and transform your life. You're gonna love it. Thank you so much.